Hiya. This is episode 3 of the Lucha podcast. Today's guest is my long-term rival, Krieger. I expect this to be a really fun one, and I expect most to be taken up talking about previous matches. So, should be a good one. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Lucha podcast. My guest today is Krieger, long-term rival. Krieger was just bidding promotions about for a bit, asked me to cut it out, so we're now starting afresh. Me and Krieger have wrestled too many times. I've actually got it all written out and we'll go through them. See when I was going through the list, I was actually like, I don't really remember anything for that match, and then I got 5 matches in, and I was like, I remember everything for different matches, and there's a bet of things that you don't even remember until you hear the match and the result or the venue, then it's literally someone's plugging in my brain everyone I read through, and I was like, oh.
My favourite memory's got to be the time you knocked yourself out.
That's literally obviously that one, but we'll come to that. So Krieger, how are you?
All good, mate. All good. Getting back to wrestling slowly but surely after a hard couple of years. But no,
we've been on for a year. We opened up a year ago.
It'll be right. It feels as if no one keep well, mate. Nice and busy. Also not as busy as you. You're there, mate.
So to you, does it feel like we're back now? Nearly?
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? It doesn't quite. I still think it's got to take a bit of building up with crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
For a purely performance side of things, it feels as if we're back. We're sort of back doing the shows, but in terms of the crowds have been good. But I think I've maybe had a handful of shows where I thought, this is it. This is it. Aye. What about you? Do you think it feels like we're back?
I know. I think you've got your kind of shows that already had big draws. Are getting there with the draws they had. The ones that weren't so great at draws are still kind of it feels like they're starting over again, which is kind of sad. But it also doesn't help that everybody's out of pocket just now with everything. So people don't have a lot of disposable income to throw at a wrestling show and come and buy more masks. So if you could all save up, turn your charges off overnight, you can buy a mask at the end of the month.
You really need to fill up the water. Buy a mask.
Buy a mask. But we can all pay like that car to go to the show. So the structure of the podcast is there's no structure. It's not one of them, when did you start wrestling? Because there's a million podcasts to do all that stuff, and me and you have wrestled enough and there's enough content here for. I try and do about half an hour and then I stick a wee bit on the front and a wee bit on the end.
It would also be wildly out of character if me and you had a structure again and we do together.
Or to go to time. So before we start into this episode will go out on August 15th.
Right, okay.
Is that an important date for you?
Not that I know of. You're asking me a question. Should it be an important date for me?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Is it your birthday? Is it actually? Oh, that's nice. What age are you turning?
That's none of your goddamn business. Just say happy birthday. So this episode will air on my birthday. If you want to send me a wee message and wish me happy birthday, I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather just hit subscribe and share the podcast. Let's get stuff moving here. And to go with the last point, it doesn't cost you anything. Subscription is free. All you need is an email address.
Very good. I get that YouTube money rolling in. You'll be the next Logan Paul, mate. You'll be in SummerSlam next year.
I don't even think I can monetise this podcast because I use my entrance music at the start of the podcast, which isn't my music.
Oh, isn't it?
So every time I put a podcast up, it's a copyright restriction. But I've got permission to use the music, I just can't monetise it. So let's say this podcast was to become like next Joe Rogan. The band in Mexico would make all that money. So subscribe and help bands in Mexico, folk. Right, so me and you have wrestled today 31 times. And I'm just going up to my 300th match, which means that you're literally 10% of my whole wrestling career is wrestling you.
I don't know about you, but it feels as if I've wrestled more than that. But that's a big number. But I would have guessed, if I had to guess, I would have guessed a bit more, I think.
I think it's funny because a lot of guys, like when you're wrestling them or you're coming up to wrestling, you'll go, oh, we've wrestled hurdles.
Yeah.
But we're literally, we have a figure just because I keep track of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 31 matches is, like, even if you go 10 minutes a match, it's like hours and hours and hours of the same moves getting done over and over and over.
I kind of wish I'd done that though. But I'm a wee bit jealous of the fact that you've kept track of all your matches since you started. I wish I'd done that. I know that you completely ripped it off of Jericho, but
it's just because I'm a pure geek.
I think so, man. It must be quite cool to look back on, you know what I mean, when you retire in a couple of years.
When I retire in November. So I'm going to just read through some of the matches. I've got some memories for some. I put wee notes beside some of them. And if anything pops up in your head.
This is bold for you, mate, because you know from experience that my memory is not that good.
So me and you first wrestled in 2015. 7 years ago, mate, in September. It was me and Tamaram, and then you and Donnie T.
I wasn't a young 21-year-old boy back then.
That was in the primary school in Clydebank.
I do remember that one actually. I do remember I got a photo with me and Donnie backstage.
I've got the white custom cuts gear that was only white for that one match. And then it's went a shade of grey that never recovered. I whole way through this list was just people who we've tagged with that don't wrestle anymore. Like there's a good number. The next match was October 2015 where I teamed with Taylor Belando against you and Prince Assad.
Taylor Belando was really good to be fair, wasn't he?
I'm some boy.
He was quite annoying at times.
Oh, mega annoying.
He was really good.
I bet he's still annoying.
He came back to training for a wee bit, maybe a couple of months ago. I showed face at TJ's training, he was there.
The dad now,
I don't know how long he stuck it at, but I know he's not back.
And then the next one is the one you mentioned when we started talking. Match number 3 was BCW, December 2015, where me and Tamaram took on you and Tony Martins. The trademark Tony Martins.
You want to say what happened?
We planned an alright match. It was a kind of pre-show thing they were doing at BCW, so there was like 5 people watching it, so that's how we never made Botchamania that. We had a spot where I was ducking a clothesline and then going to drop kick you half the apron, and then I was going to feed you and go into do my spots with Tony, and I ducked the clothesline, I see you on the apron, drop kick you, and then next thing I wake up backstage. And I know stuff happened in between, but my memory is I'm running at you, hit you with a drop kick, next thing I'm standing over my case backstage and East Kilbride.
No, that was Kelly Grant Hall.
Grant Hall from
Aye. Well, I was thinking of that. I was green as grass back then, so I can remember you being out here and me knowing what to do and thinking we'll come back to it if I just keep like scoop slams and suplex.
Yeah.
And you're lifted weight and I'm just throwing you about.
I'm not even conscious and you're still throwing me about for about 8 minutes.
I can remember vividly getting annoyed at you when I had you in a chin lock. And I was trying to call a hope spot. It was so obvious that you weren't getting it. In hindsight, because you were sparkling.
Right. And then Mary McGinn took pictures, do you like? The picture of me hitting a 619.
God knows how you done it,
See, when you look at it, I know it's the 619 because I know what the bit was I was meant to be, but the picture it just looks like I'm hanging for a rope, so I'm monkey up a tree. So, I was match number 3. Then we had our first camp show match in July 2016, so it was a 6-month gap between 3 and 4. Then we go on to me and Dylan Angel v you and Luke and Sharp. Now this one I put a note beside it. This was in Summerston. This was a big outdoor show that we done in a roasting hot heat where Lou's nose got obliterated. Lou's nose got broke. The blood pissing everywhere.
I can't remember that at all. I can remember Lou's nose getting broke in a match, but not getting used to.
It was me and Dylan.
I can't remember that at all.
And then the next one was July, where we tagged against each other at SSW.
Oh, mate, they were the days. Who was that teaming with?
You were part of Trinity, mate.
Oh, mate, we were the tag. Hey. Hey, back in the day. Back in the day, mate.
Oh.
What was it? We were the tag team champions, mate. You should know.
I meant the gimmick.
That's version 1 Matt Hardy, mate. He's the one.
So you and Matt Tyson?
Matt Tyson.
Was that Emily Hayden in the corner? That was the three.
I'm technically still the SSW Tag Team Champion because I never got beat for that.
Everybody wrestled the SSW is currently the SSW Tag Team Champion.
I get blackballed for taking an ICW booting.
Was that your last booting for SSW?
Quite possibly, aye.
2016? You didn't work there again after that?
I get blackballed for doing, remember ICW done the Enter the Asylum show?
Was that like people for all our schools working?
So we were the tag team champs, and I hadn't been booked for SSW. They had just assumed that because I had the title, I would have written down all the dates.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that logic, right? But they hadn't specifically booked me.
Yeah.
And then, even if I had been booked, I'm not going to say no ICW. And ICW offered me, which at the time was my debut, and I took it. And then says to SSW, by the way, I can't make the next show. And they never used me again. They got Matt Tyson and Emily Hayden, they dropped the belts. So I'm counting that. No, they were cuts actually. Technically still in the Royal Rumble. I reckon I'm still the SSW Tag Team Champion.
So who did they drop the belts to? Does anybody care?
I don't have a clue.
I
don't have a clue. I think it might have been the Jeremy brothers.
Oh, fine. They went terrible. Then after that, it was October. We tagged against each other. Me and Technical against you and Lou and Larbert. And then number 8 was our first match in England. If you don't count Berniger's England, I don't know about Berniger's. That was 4GW, but we done a triple threat line where 2 has been booked. So it was me, Acro and Banshee against you, Tiger and Drew. Drew Parker.
I vaguely remember that actually.
There may well have been Lucha versus Krieger because me and you done everything together. And then we just tagged them in and out, didn't we?
I do remember that actually. I do remember that show.
There was that nightclub.
Aye.
And there was like Progress guys that on it as well.
They were quite good shows, basically. We only done 2 though, eh? Remember the second time I done with that? Everything's a cage.
Aye, they didn't tell us. I'm not going to ask because we didn't wrestle on that one. Now we're into 2017. Now I've got a star beside this one. I can't remember why. PBW. Oh, I do know why I got this one. Me and you wrestled the opener in January 2017, a PBW show in B. And the reason I put a star beside it is because that match was the match I then used for like the next year for promoters. That was my showcase match.
I think so many of the matches have just kind of blended together. Do you know what I mean? I guess it's the right way, but we've just gradually just built on the same match, really. The same work.
And that's what I'm saying. So I went through this list and I'm like, but at number 10 now, and I'm kind of bored. I'm like, we've done this over and over. The couple of ones that stood out with the one where there was the one you mentioned, I can't attack one with me and Paul Conroy and his debut against you, and I don't know if that was Jason's debut.
Oh, I can't tell you.
But basically we want to be the ring generals and get the young boys for the match.
Sure that went swimmingly.
Shocker. And then there's a bunch where it was just me and you, but the one with Grado at the match, then the one, what was the one I was laughing at? August 2019, we're on the camps, and Craig, was it Craig Tara or whatever? But it was me and Blaze against you and Fighto.
Yeah.
And that was the famous one where you all ripped me and set me up for my finisher, and then done the pin in the ring. So Blaze is to hit you with a spear.
Aye.
And then I have to do the swanton and set it up. Nobody tells me, so Blaze gives me the again. Here comes the spear. And he smashes you with the spear. I bounce up the top rope, and as I look down, he's pinning him 1, 2, 3. And I'm just standing there.
That was the same match that I remember Blaze wanted to hit me with a tilt-the-world backbreaker. And I remember saying to him, I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea, mate. He's like, no, I'll do it. And he got me up, but halfway, and all I heard was, no! And he just dropped me, mate. Right in the bonds. Thankfully, they were all good. I enjoyed that.
Then the kind of tag ones all disappear, and it's just me and you. We've wrestled for All Star, PBW, Big Massive Wrestling, 4GW. We've wrestled for like 7 different companies. but most of them were all PBW. Right up until the last one there was Big Massive Wrestling in May, number 31. It was me and you main evented.
I'm glad that you missed out the. I know we didn't wrestle, but I'm glad that you missed out the last Krieger show, you against Paxo, when I was meant to be running and I ran in like 10 minutes too early.
There is other matches I'm sure where you've ran in and done stuff. I never had it because you weren't there. By last Krieger one, didn't miss his cue. He overshot it by like 15 minutes.
I'm still adamant that I was told once Paxo hits a power bomb. That was my understanding. And I ran out into the ring and I immediately could tell with you and Paxo looked towards me, I should not be here.
We covered it.
I just awkwardly stood outside the ring.
That's the thing that always makes them matches like memorable and funny is the bits that go wrong. Like see if you get everything runs like clockwork, like most of the matches where you have a really good and they're just kind of general good matches. And
have you got a favourite?
The one I used for the footage, the one we had in Larbert, when we first half main, we opened it, and that was the one. I was like your return to Larbert for when you went viral. And all I done all day was wind you up and wait to date the crowd. For people who don't know, Krieger made the news a wee bit because he flipped off a lane and it went a bit viral and it was on a couple of news.
It went viral because of Tony Watt. Tony Watt called me up on Twitter.
Who's Tony Watt?
The fella that scored the second goal for Celtic against Barcelona.
Is that who called you?
Mate, that crushed my childhood. I loved that guy, man. I love that fella. Then the next time he pops up like that, check the hell of this. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on my podcast, but he's like, check the hell of this.
What did he call you?
Expletive. I believe he called me a wank.
Tony Watt called you a wank?
He also told me that if I did it to his kid, he would battle me. Which he probably would, to be fair.
Who's he playing me now?
Motherwell. No. Dundee United or something. Fuck him. Me. I'm still at Larbert, Brett Elbows.
That's going to be a clip that we use for Twitter. Just calling out Tony Watt. Just like
imagine that, Big Vinny, well, it's not very much, but I was going to say he loves a wee celebrity appearance. And
nothing better than a 5th string Scottish striker.
And a 5th string Scottish wrestler.
So I was one of my favourites then. There was the one where there was like a run on the camps. I never put the date to us, but see when COVID just ended and we did that one of the camps where we done. I can't remember the first one. No, it was Berwick and Haggy. And it was the first time being back and see. Been back in the ring because I'd done a couple of recordings at ICW and it was the first time back in front of the crowd and I was like, and see being with you and to know that we could just have a banger without having to worry about people's time and all. Like I knew as soon as we went in it'd be like an old heart. Like,
Was it me and you at the first PBW show back as well? The first Larbert show? I've got in my head. It
was me.
Me and you. I enjoyed that one for similar reasons. I mean, obviously. You back in front of the crowd, and then also, like you said, you didn't have the. I think everybody felt pressure the first show back in front of the crowd.
I think everybody was flapping.
And I think obviously being with you, it was nice and chilled out. Also, the tag one me and Lo had with you and Grado, again, I think
was lovely.
I remember being like, because you probably, in the time that I've been PBW, you're probably the only guy that's got to a point where, well, obviously Wolfie, but you guys are maybe, you're the only guy I can remember maybe getting to a point where. I'm not saying you were as over as they guys, but the crowd were hot for you as well. So
it's just a mask.
Do you know what I mean? So obviously, Grado that seems to be able to wrestle very points plus, but then to do it and his tag partner was kind of equally as over. Do you know what I mean?
Who was Merover?
Well, Grado, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. I've got it on YouTube. Mate, he's a pop when I come in the match. The only reason Grado got a bigger cheer is because you were on my mask.
I'll let you have that one, mate.
Facts are facts.
We need to agree, disagree.
So what else you got coming up there? Now everything's back up and open. We could talk about your promotion around for a bit because one of my favourite matches I had was on your promotion.
That was short-lived.
You put me in with Booty and Stevie. A triple threat.
I used to just book shows that I wanted to see.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match.
I can still remember, I think the best match I've seen you have, or the most enjoyable match I've seen you have, if I don't mind putting mine booking over, was you against Owen Jackson. Lou is the special guest referee. Like,
that's the only match I've had to shoot and start wrestling.
Like, my mum and dad were there, my mum and dad were no wrestling fans. I mean, when I first started it, they came and made the shows, but I think they came and made the shows because they probably thought this will be Declan's hobby for I caught it for like a year. Do you know what I mean? We'll show support. But then since I came, they're dead supportive, but Christ, the amount of this sounds different putting us over, but the amount of shows we're on, I mean, you can't expect family going to all the shows. They came in with the ones I ran, and like, even my mum and dad, and see when you can get the non-wrestling fans in your match, that's when you know you've the bang. I think because wrestling fans are going to find positives. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're going to say, oh, every match is a good spot or whatever. Whereas, like, they don't know that stuff. You know what I mean? They just know was entertained and they still go about it. It didn't help that Chris was dancing with my mom. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really were doing about that, but that's still my favourite match I think I've seen you have. I just did a good match with Lou on Monday. You were saying, I've seen that quite a few folk talk about it, man. WCL on a Monday night, like, that was the one where I put up a fellow John Cena because I was wrestling on a Monday. I've never wrestled on a Monday before because PBW buy-in shows could be like Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday, but a Monday was rare. But no, it was a good match. That's not like with the Gala Shields. It's normally quite a good crowd there as well, That's what I was saying about the venue when I went in and the ring was up. I was like, this is tiny, like, you're going to have about 4 people in here. But then it 2 wings at the side, and I know when it puts the hard cam video for his footage, but you don't see fans on it. But no, that was the one where TJ busted his nut open. Still blood on the canvas. But I know me and Lou had a really good match, and it was a good wee show as well. He'd asked me to do them 7 Sins thing. But I couldn't do it. Because I couldn't do all the shows, he was just like, I'll just use you in August. But he was saying about getting me back, so fingers crossed, but I've not got much open for the rest of the year. You seem to follow up quite a yeah. So I'm now coming up to my 300th match. I know I'm spouting about a bit on it here, but it's because it's coming up so soon. And so I've made a point of asking the promoters, let me know if there's a poster. So that's how we batch of posters working it. And I said, who am I wrestling? I want to know who I'm wrestling, so don't know if I can plan. You're going to be 2 of them matches. Yeah. Happy days, man. Yeah, you're 2 of them between, because I think I'm on, there's 7 left, and then my final 7 is fitting you and another 2 of them. Yeah, that's class. But even the 300 matches thing, man, as much more of a joke, that is some achievement. Do you know what I mean? I was talking to somebody about this the other day, like, see, even if me and you don't go any further than we have already in wrestling, like, we've got a lot closer to achieving our dream than most people do in the wins. Do you know what I mean? If you want to be a football player, you want to be a singer, you want to be whatever, do you know what I mean? No many people get, in the grand scheme of things, like, we've got a lot closer to... I'll never want to win match. Do you know what I mean? So, I just want to get in the ring and go, I've done it. And then you get burned and you go off when the fans being a main event, or when they fighting for a belt, or then like, it progresses, but right at the start my goal was 1 match. I just want to train and be good enough to have a match, and we were at 300, and if any of my matches I get lost, because it's no, I don't care, I'm now focused on having fun. But I think the matches, not that your matches were rotten, but I think the matches are getting better. I mean, and I think you can tell that. Because I'm nervous. I'm not worrying about it enough. But no, what story I could tell? My second or third of a match, I nearly walked out of the venue because I felt something a panic attack. Was that SSW? SSW. I was standing at the curtain and I was looking out and I was legit where the curtain was, and to the left hand side there was a dressing room, and the right hand side there was like a smaller dressing room, but to the right hand side was a fire door, and the only thing I was thinking of is if I got that fire door at the time I didn't drive, like I can't even leave. I was just like, I'm not going to I can't, and I'm heavy breathing, and I don't know if you were aware, you just come up, put your hand on my shoulders, and I don't know if you know if that's flapping, and you just said something like, remember this is what we're trained for, like this is meant to be fun and relax, and it pure eased me right down, and I think it's the only time I ever nearly walked out. I can remember saying it, like, because I still get dead nerves for matches, and I remember saying that, like, this is the fun part. But I don't know about you, right? But, like, I don't mind going to the gym, but I've never been like, it's never been like a passion of mine.
It's a chore.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the training, I enjoy having a laugh with folk, but I guess it seems like if you're a singer, if you're an actor, whatever, the rehearsals, that's that bit is the
That's a graft.
Do you know what I mean? That's a graft you put in for, what, if you're lucky, 20 minutes worth of a buzz. Do you know what I mean? So if you've put in all that hard work, you may as well go and enjoy it.
Because with the nerve thing now, sometimes it just depends how I'm if I get nervous. Like, I don't think I'm nervous when it's me and you. I'm sure that last one I was like you, mumbling or planning and just going.
Yeah.
And you seen you flapping because you're like, I'm not doing it.
Well, I remember being, and I could tell that you knew, but we didn't talk about it. I remember being dead nervous at the first show back.
Aye.
I remember being dead nervous, and I must have, like, normally, like, if we've planned something, we can normally throw something out quite quick. We'll go over it maybe 2-3 times before we go over the course of the day. I remember going over that with you 10-15 times. And it wasn't until we were back when I realised I wasn't a lot in it at all, but I was proper nervous for the first one back.
Nah, but it was good, it was a pure banger.
Aye.
Try and go. Like my last one here, I had a tag match all week, right? It's alright. And during my partner taking the heat, I kind of got bored. And so there's a woman standing behind me, sitting behind me, and she had this big Tesco bag for life, and the whole time she's like rummage. And she's like, pain in the ass. I'm like, how you? And I was like, what you got in there? She was just walking down, just full of crisps. And I was like, can I pack it? So, partners in taking the heat, so I'm standing in the apron, I've now opened a bag of crisps. And I'm noticing all the fans are now watching. Now, the guy I'm in with is, like, it's mostly his friends and family, and they're all cheering for him. So I'm essentially a bit part of them. I was like, I'm just going to be an arsehole. So I started eating the crisps, and I get into my bit, which I had arranged with the guy I was going into. Instead of went in a full crisp at, and I was punched him in the face for touching my crisp. And then we done the rest of the match as ever, and then at the end of the match, I stood in the ring like Stone Cold and gestured to a woman that I wanted more crisps. So she threw me a couple more bags of crisps, and then I get 2 packets of them, smashed them and poured them all over my head. And this was like the second match on the 8-match card. So every single match went after us, people were like, Canvas is covered in crisps. What happened? Did somebody throw it? And it's me, I'm standing there like Stone Cold, pouring them over my head. And I've asked for the clip. I was like, no, we'll send you a match. I'm like, don't want much. Send me back in with a Stone Cold with 2 bags of prawn cocktail.
Man. I think you can't fight the work, yeah?
Exactly, and that's the bit I remember for it as being fun. Whereas, a way back, I used to be stressed, like, when I've had a show on the Saturday, I was stressed on the Monday, going, what am I going to do? And then it used to be at home, and names you'd been with, and you'd be like, oh, I've wrestled him before, and like, thought it was shit.
Yeah.
Or, like, they maybe never said it was shit, but I knew it was shit. And I'm like, oh, like, how am I going to get better in the next 4 days to you know, when they train and like just in my house, like what can I do, like how can I make things simple? And then see now I'm literally like I've got a match tomorrow and I'm not stressed about it at all because I've wrestled the guy with a good match and I'm kind of like we'll be doing it. When I get I'm going to look around the venue and go, what can we do with this venue to have a laugh? And I think that's why, and that's when you become better, I think, is when you're looking to have more fun, because the crowd feel it. Like the same when you used to do like your sexy dance and they get fans to another $5, we'll do it again, and then one of the fans gave you $5 one time, done it again. Like that's the bit fans remember.
I can remember I used to really beat myself up, see if something didn't go as planned, and then it's a cliche, isn't it? But like if we're chilled out and we're relaxed, we can. I'm not saying like amazing, but I mean that we can fix whatever happens. If both folk in the match are relaxed, do you know what I mean? If one is oh no, that wasn't right, blah blah, I need to fix that, then it probably will end up going shit. You know what I mean? But if we're both chilled out, like you say, we're both having fun, we can fix whatever. Do you know what I mean?
My thing wasn't, I wasn't worried about it going wrong in the ring. My thing was about it going wrong in the ring and then having to go backstage and the person was like, you're fucking pish. Or like just roasting me, like, or saying they didn't want to. No, it was that I was worried about. No, the actual in the ring. The ring, if something goes wrong, like I'm like, I think I can cover it. be able to cover it, or so it doesn't look like something's went wrong. But it was always my thing of go out and come back and get called out.
I think for me, obviously for ages, we were always told, and it's right, we were always told, remember the fans don't know if it isn't planned.
Yeah.
Right, and I tried that, I would say that for ages, and I'll be honest, that bit of advice personally didn't help me all that much. What helped me was, and for the life of me, I can't remember who said it to me, I wish I could, because it was one of the best bits of advice I've had. But I remember somebody saying to me, remember, the Waynes think it's real. Because, if you think about it, if they were watching a real fight, as daft as that sounds, you've got a mask on, I mean, I was out dancing and all that, but if they think that's real, then it's not going to look clean.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be times that I maybe go pull your mask and maybe I don't fully get all it, but it's enough to take you down, do you know what I mean? And in my head when I first started, I'm like, oh shit, that's going to look like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Waynes think it's real, do you know what I mean? All the Waynes think is, oh, he must have cheated it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
my bit was, I asked my wife after, whoever I wrestled in Krieger one time, and I was like, what happened in the match? And she's like, oh, this happened, that happened. Like, she don't want to call it, I get hit and I hit the guy, but she couldn't call it, there was a bit in the corner, and you go, your average punter doesn't remember the 10 minutes in the match. The bit you beat yourself up about, they did remember, the only person who remembers it's you, so don't stress about it. So, coming up with, 2 matches we've got coming up in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. What else you got coming up?
What else do I have coming up? Let me double check.
Remember it's August 15th, I know. You can promote shows that will have happened. Depends on the date any good.
August 15th, what do I have coming up? I have...
See you on August 15th, if you want to just type in, that's my birthday.
I've got the Easter House show for BBW next Friday.
That's got to be me v you.
That's got to be it.
Oh, let's talk about last time we were there. As much as we're talking about wrestling, one of the best days that I've had with Krieger. In fact, we could do a whole other podcast on just stuff we've done outside of wrestling.
Oh, mate.
The 21st birthday party.
Oh, mate. The Ricochet video, mate.
The 21st birthday party that I had a speech at. Because they said that I could drink. And they're like, you can drink. And I'm just like, yeah.
Because I was a driver.
Yeah. And I danced to that boy's granny. Then I done a speech. And I'm pretty sure I stood up on the table with a birthday cake.
In full gimmick.
In full gimmick. Tassels and everything.
Full setup, man. Yeah. I forgot about that night. Because you also spoke about the Ricochet video in your speech.
That's right, so I did. I was a great night out. And we wrestled that day. Then we went straight to our venue, and then we'd done a couple of kids' birthday parties. And then Easter House, we were wrestling. Well, when this comes out, it'll have been Friday.
Yeah.
Me and you were hired to go and work at this event where we stood at the front door this building as it poured for the heavens and just welcomed people who came in for the pouring rain into the building. You stood there with a title belt and me standing there with my mask, just going like, alright mate, is it wet out?
Oh mate.
We stood out off for an hour welcoming people in.
I've had some... I remember we ended up in like the Glasgow City Council Twitter feed or something. Yeah,
and then we also had you always get his photographers at things, and then they've always got an idea for a picture. And the guy said it'd be funny if you two lifted up all Mary here.
Yeah.
And you're going, right, okay, so a wee woman, so I take the arms and you've got the legs, and like whoever made the one that posed for the picture, so she kind of clasps her arms in to keep herself safe, so it looks like I'm holding her 2 boobs. Well, you hold her legs and off the is a smile in a picture. It doesn't look like a wrestling picture. It looks like an old woman's been kidnapped with 2 guys. One of them in a mask.
I would have had my greasy long hair back then and all, man. Do you know what I mean? I look like a criminal. And
then I think we spent about 40 minutes on that stage just high-fiving, taking pictures with kids.
Right.
And we didn't do any wrestling. And because they had a private dressing room for us as well.
Was it me and you? I think it was me and you that done the stag do. I know we've had people contact me at stag do, but I done a stag do with somebody.
I got hired for a stag do, but it wasn't you.
Well, I done a stag do with somebody in we just, I don't know, in hindsight, I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it was a sexual thing in hindsight, but we just battled the game, like completely and utterly battled them.
We were hired for one. Me and you. The COVID knackered. We were meant to go to House in Edinburgh.
Somebody says.
And then we were also kind of hired to do a TV thing that fell through last minute as well for Comedy Central.
Aye.
For the Comedy Network.
That's happened a few times, but the vast for us or not us.
That's for wrestlers then.
But again, it ends up because it's more cost effective to get folk from London and that if that's what's wrong.
It's like kicking the arse when you're going by the telly.
Aye.
And then we done a bunch of kids parties, which was I would go in and do flips on the bouncy castle and you would be assaulted, but like
I got battled, man.
We done just that barrier in you.
I remember that one at the bouncy castle. Mate, that's one of the worst doings I've
That was the wee girls.
It was legit. That was like a scheme, but I get taken to the bouncy castle and then just get mauled.
But it was so much fun. Going in and just carrying on with 40 kids or something. And then I think we wrestled after. We had a show that day. After the wee girls' birthday party, we then went and done a show.
See, that's the stuff. Obviously, I enjoy it all. So if we didn't enjoy it all, we wouldn't be doing it. And I love stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Seeing we get to go and actually, because it's fun. Like,
keeps life interesting.
It's for the wins, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like wrestling's.
Did I tell you about my last one?
No.
So I just went and done a BBC show, right? It's awful, and when it comes up, I will not plug it. So they've hired me, well, not hired me, they've asked me to be a contestant, the whole wrestling thing. Then they say, on the day, can't wear a mask, we need you as your alter ego. And I said, right, cool. So they make a big deal about me coming on as I'm the last person to join this quiz has been running for 30 episodes. I'm coming on at the last one, so I'm bigging up. I'm the main event, that's why I'm here. It's best to last. Yes, just arsing it up because I'm looking at the mask on, so I'm like, not being a heel, but I'm playing up to it. I'm the worst contestant I've ever had it. Every single question wrong. Bar one question, and the question I got right was Hollywood.
Were the questions hard though?
No. I just couldn't get them right. I don't know if it was nerves or I'd big myself up, but every single person who's on the episode I'm on has just done the previous episode. I've watched it being filmed, and then they're like, so on you go. And I'm like, I'm going to get to win this cash. Yeah. Oh, literally. And then the show eliminates players as it goes on. So in the first round, I'm the worst player by a mile. Right. So somebody shouts, put me out my misery and sent me off. They kept me to the end.
Oh, man.
So I'm the worst player, and then they keep me up, and then at the very end, they put me up against the second worst player. And he puts it. Oh man! So
you're quite a smart guy, I
know, mate. Honestly, see, I didn't. I'm not making this up. I didn't sleep properly for about 3 nights after that. I was just lying in bed like flashbacks to Alex Scott, the women's football player. Are you alright, Ross? I'm just standing there like that. No, I'm not. Don't tell him that I'm honest. But in the back of my head, I'm just going, I hope this show gets cancelled. And they never air that last episode.
What's it called?
The tournament. No, I will. When the show comes on, I will never mention the episode's coming on. But I have picked it up for days in my work, you know. I'm sitting like that. I'm just crash studying these capital cities and all. But it took me 3 or 4 days before I found it funny. I was probably traumatised.
How far did you have to travel for it?
I was only Glasgow.
That's not bad then.
I started blaming the fact I came off a night shift and then I was like, it's because I hadn't slept. It's just bad. Right, so apart from what else you've got coming up, then anything else you want to plug?
I don't really have much stuff to plug, to be honest, mate. No, not really. Obviously, we've got shows coming up. We've got ICW shows. ICW tend to run twice a month, and then 3 times if we've got the big show. Obviously, I've
actually not seen you do just as a tag match.
Just with the tag match. Abs class, man. It was the first time we'd wrestled Kings of the North. Well, we'd done like an 8-man tag before.
Yeah.
We were teaming with the young team against Kaylee, but we intentionally we intentionally didn't do much together. We did a bit of gear waiting for the match. It was stressful. I was stressing at my banger because I had, so that show, we were on the Saturday night. I had the Belladrum Friday, Saturday. Finished the show at the Belladrum. We were on the road for about 20 to 4. We got to Glasgow just before 7:30, and I was wrestling at 8:30. So I was stressing out a wee bit, and the match was kind of put together for me getting there. But it went well, man. Went well. Hopefully we'll do it again, because they two are class to work, man.
You've got I'm just about to announce a match you've got coming up. I know you've got. It's not an
They two are class, man. I'd like to wrestle them again.
I was just talking about your tag match at Pro 2 artist. Just having a laugh. Absolute buckle. And it was, again, it's that wee thing of outside of wrestling. The funny is, I was laughing at you looking over at me when you see me standing aside laughing, and I was laughing at you buckling. And people are like, how's that Pro 2 show? And I'm like, oh, it was brilliant. And what happened? I go, I don't know, but there was a bit, well, Krieger had me in stitches.
Well, it was, I remember, in all the years we've been tagging together, that is the angriest I've ever seen Lou, right? And he wasn't angry at anything else. He was angry because he looked at me, something happened in the match, he looked at me, and I could tell by his face he was saying, fuck's sake, and he looked at me expecting me to be the same, and I was just pushing myself.
Such a good match.
No, it was.
This podcast, mate, isn't it kind of ran and done, so you'll be back.
Yeah, I know.
Let's keep it going. Maybe come back in a couple of weeks' time and we can talk about the 2 matches that we smash this next few weeks for the school show.
Who is it? I'm assuming one in PBW.
I'm assuming that it's me and you on the Friday, which will have been last week.
Right.
I'm assuming it's that, and then the other one's the one on the 23rd.
Alright, okay.
So when this comes out next week, the PBW Burn show. So if you're we actually wrestled Burn before, and it was a great match. So September 23rd, PBW Burn. It's a Friday night.
Class.
23rd Friday night. Come here. If you're watching this and you're a loose end, come here. What do you saying? Once you mean Krieger, piss about.
The school shows are the best, man. The school shows you can just have a laugh.
Well, I've got 4 that week.
Right,
so there's a PBW show, you get 4. Then there's a PBW show in Burn. Then I've got SWE and the Rio, somewhere in Dundee. And then Match 300 is for TJ's show at Pro Wrestling Scotland.
Oh, class. I've got a busy weekend that weekend as well. Basically the same as you. SWE, I've got TJ's on a double header.
You're fun free, isn't it? No, it's 3 on the poster, but it's a
double header, so. But not a good one. That seems to be the way it's gone for me right now. I've got a hectic week.
In every gaff. I'm off this week.
I'm not complaining, do you know what I mean?
It's good for my work that I've got a weekend when I go, I can work that weekend. And then I go, oh, I can't, it's my birthday. I need that. Right, so nearly 50 minutes, man. That's going
good. Is it?
I've had to edit. Right, no, it's not an edit, I just need to chop the end off and start. So, Krieger, thank you very much for coming away through the Lucha Studios and not bringing me a birthday present. Right, everybody, this is Peace. There we go. Thanks for watching episode 3 of the Lucha DS podcast with Krieger. I actually forgot to ask Krieger what his gimmick was that he brought. So what did you bring?
I brought a big, massive wire that Luke King Sharp brought on a road trip and left it, and I don't know what type of motor he thinks I drive, but it seemed a little bit excessive in terms of length. So.
Well, anyway, so that's the worst gimmick that we've had so far. Thanks for watching, and watching next episode.